I would give it to someone you believe, you know, who could use it. All right, and that is actually very powerful. All right, and so what it's saying is that, okay, you receive that, then you can always say, you know what, it's maybe give it to others before you take it, and you say, you know, I have plenty already. You know, I can, maybe this will be more beneficial if you give it to somebody else. That's another way of doing it. Or you take it because you think of others and you can give. All right, you can give. But you give it only to those who can also manage it. All right? You're not gonna go start collecting. All right? And then, because if you have so many, you know, when they are just there collecting dust, you have to take care of that. Okay? Yeah. And pictures also. Okay, so such tankas, you know, the tanka paintings, all right? We must hang them, you know, in a good way and where it is. You're not gonna hang it in the toilet, okay? Or, you know, when the door bangs it, you know.
So far you say that we can put the small picture of the Dharma in our purse, but then we carry our purse anywhere, including the toilet.
You have to be mindful on that.
I mean, that is difficult.
Yeah.
So that means it's better not to put in the
Yeah, you know, it depends on your lifestyle. Okay, remember, any figure, it has to be respected. You don't want it, you know, even also your mala, you know your beads, you do not take that in the toilet. Okay. Okay.
That traveling, you know.
Yeah, but I know, but this is the reason why you have to be mindful. Okay, because remember the mantra, you have hundreds and hundreds of prayers has gone through that. Okay, and you just, you know, sit it to the sink or next to the toilet, you know, it's really that is again practice of mindfulness. Always have to put the cloth, if not, you put it in a cloth, yeah, and then always set on top of somewhere. Okay, so pictures, yeah, example, not put them where one's feet will point. Okay, when you're in bed, when you're laying down and a photo of the Buddha is right, you know, your feet, yeah. You have to also be careful when you're receiving teachings and you're putting your feet towards the altar. Okay, you have to be careful with that. Okay, don't face your feet onto the altar, or at least anyone who is teaching the Dharma, you know, don't point. And don't lay down. Some people, I've seen this before. It's unbelievable. But because, you know, again, they don't know, right? This is the reason why it's always good to study and really learn. It's just disrespectful, right? But listen, so all this is a practice of mindfulness. Yeah? Okay. So, negative practice in relation to refuge in the Dharma. Okay, about the Dharma. I'm talking about the Buddha earlier, right? Now the Dharma is, we all know that, okay? Avoid acting in a way. This is the thing that you do, that is a negative practice, okay? Is avoid acting in a way altogether contrary to the Dharma. Okay, so basically you are coming to listen, look at you, like listening to the teachings, like wow, writing notes and all that, and then you go home and you do exactly the opposite of what you're hearing. This is basically, you know, negate all your merits. Okay? And we completely behave, you know, like opposed to what you're saying. For example, the biggest thing that the Dharma have taught us, okay, that you need to very make sure you do not do, is to harm others. Not only, okay, not only also impartially. He said, well, I will not harm others, especially the ones that I like. But to the ones I don't like, I can harm them. This is not it. Meaning, you do not harm anyone by your body, speech, and mind. Yeah? With your body, speech, and mind. Yeah? And this must extend not only to humans, but animals and also other beings. Okay? This is very important. And according to the Dharma, if you oppose whatever it's telling you, you know, that's it. It will, your refuge will degenerate. Then you will become, okay, you cannot be saved. Because, you know, it's opposing, right? Okay, so in the Dharma aspect, it's the positive practice is to respect the Dharma teachings or written, printed materials. Now, we need to talk about this. You see the thing that you're writing now? Yeah. This becomes the Dharma. Now, you will not, it says here, you know, notes that are no longer in use must be burnt and cannot be thrown in the rubbish can, or you know, use it in any other way, like, you know, becomes a bookmark, you know, and that book is not really a good book, you know, or it, you know, like in a Playboy magazine, you put the, you know, that's the most closest that I can. There, you know, we're laughing, but you know, others have done that. You know, like a text of the Buddha Dharma next to a funny-looking magazine. That is, they are not that even. They are not equal. Okay. All right. So, also, if you put the Dharma stuff in a one bag, you do not sit on it. And also, when you're carrying your things and your shoes, remember, you know, we carry shoes, and then the Dharma text is next to the shoes, while we go, like this. I actually have seen one geshe scolded one student when, you know, I mean, this student is like really advanced practitioner, right? And it's like, oh, hello, and trying to say, and she put the Dharma text in here. You know, I mean, not intentionally, but obviously, that's a Dharma text. You do not put it on in between your legs, you know. And instead of the geshe, you know, blessing her, bowing, he got scolded. That really made her day. And I said, like, it's automatic. Because our habits sometimes, you know how when you're Dharma text, you put it on your armpit? It's like, I have a question, you go, and you put it right here, right? Okay, be careful.
So what happens is when we do something like that, it's an accident, do we have to do purification?
Yes, because such actions, as it says, okay, because you keep on doing it because it became a habit, right? So such action, all right, will actually lead you to rebirth as an animal. Jeff, hang in there. Keep coming here. I said, just.
There's so many things I can do wrong.
That's great. Well, this is yeah, that's great. That's good. At least you recognize, because
but my life's nearly over, you
no,
know.
yeah, you have a chance. Okay, you're very lucky, because you know a lot of people are not listening to this. They think they always know, right? Yeah. So remember the power of teaching and studying the Buddha Dharma. It makes you become stainless. Alright? So then everything that you do becomes more profoundly meritorious. Yeah. Remember, we are now in the path of accumulation. We need to accumulate merit. It's like our battery. Okay? If your battery is weak, what happens to you? You cannot even bring your body up. Have you seen those, you know, the ever-ready rabbit? Yeah. Like, trying to like, cannot, not enough merit. Yes. So what about the Sangha? Alright? Negative practice, okay, is we should avoid. We should follow, okay? We should follow the practice. That what we should follow is to avoid relying on people who do not follow the Buddhist path. Okay, now this is going to be a little bit touchy probably, because you love your therapist. Or if you have any dear, very, very close friend who you follow advice from, okay, but they are not practicing the Buddhist path, know that this will lead you off the path because of the reasoning. Okay? Now, it doesn't say that you will avoid being friends to others. Of course, you have to have friends. Yeah? But you cannot entrust yourselves, okay, to their advice. Now remember, we can receive advice, but making sure too that these are not from attachment and aversion. Okay? Not based from attachment. Because remember, some friends say, "Wow, you need to do this because you have the right. You deserve." Then you're gonna go there and what? Escalate your aversion, right? You escalate your feelings, and you're gonna go start, you know, rambling. And then guess what? Would the friends gonna help you when you get sued? Be careful. You know, remember, you also have vows. You know, that you have vowed not to hurt others. So, none of our relationship with others should be based on attachment and aversion, right? So the companions in whom we can really trust are the Arya Sangha, the realized beings on the Buddhist path. Or at least, you know, a friend in the Sangha realm, you know, in the community of Sanghas that you've known so well, and they are really high practitioner, meaning, you know, there are realized beings as well, even a lay person who actually very, very profound, you know, has a profound discipline. Okay, those are the ones, because you know what, they only look after your wishes and what's really good for you. You can trust that, because they have no interest over, you know, whatever you have. It's only for you, you know, your good and best state of mind. Okay. So, in the next topic, okay, these are individual practices that we actually have talked about what you do, from this point on to kind of make sure about the Buddhas, okay, the images of the Buddha, how we take care of them, and the Dharma. Be careful with this, even a word of the Dharma, even just one word, okay? You cannot, do your best not to just let that sitting somewhere, being rain, being, dusted, has to be all covered. And also, anyone who actually in the future or in the near future would like to have a tattoo? You never know. And then you said, oh, I would like Avalokiteshvara on my chest. It's wonderful. Okay, that's because you said, I would love, Tara, on my arms or something like that, right? Because I will then see Tara all the time. What do you think? Huh? Why not? Beautiful Tara on my... Huh? How come you're still thinking? What do you think? Is that good?
No.
Why not?
Disrespect.
Huh?
Disrespect.
Oh, why? If it's a beautiful Tara or something, why not disrespect? Why? This is a good, good point. Because, when someone actually falls in love, and really dedicated, and all of a sudden, like, well, I'd like a mark of the Buddha on me. Okay, then you have it tattooed. Why that is not good?
It might go to the wrong place.
Well, it's part of you. I'd like you to think about that. What about it says, oh, it's not the Buddha's image, it will be Om Mani Padme Hum. Right? It's like, or Amitofo, right? You know how people actually put Amitofo on their plate numbers?
Oh yeah.
Hmm? You think that's good?
You have the Buddha in your mind. That's where I think it's best to keep it in your mind.
I know, but we're talking about tattoo.
Also,
I don't think I can be able
I know.
to...
Because it's black, it is the opposite of virtue.
Oh, where did you get that?
I think I read it somewhere.
Okay, well, make sure that you reread it again, and and that's probably not what it meant, but...
Because virtue is white and the tattoo is black.
Oh, well, our Dharma text is black right now on white.
Good point, yeah.
I can think of one thing is if I were to die tomorrow with a tattoo, that will be burned, isn't it?
Well, it's great, because remember, we need to burn them.
Oh, okay.
Is a tattoo of something else okay?
No, I'm saying, the Buddha's images, like tattoo of, Why? Why you think it's not good?
Disrespect.
Do you think so? How do you disrespect it?
And also how other people see the
Because
tattoo
I'd like you, if you'll see someone, okay, with a tattoo of, of Amitabha, and you say, what, are you going to what? What are you're gonna say, oh, that's disrespectful.
No.
Are you gonna say that to someone?
No.
No, see what I'm saying? But why is it that is not okay?
Because you have to go to toilet. He's talking about. Everybody have to go to
I
toilet.
mean, everybody to go to the toilet, right?
So just now
Yeah.
you were saying that it's one of the disrespect is there to bring the image to the toilet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to go to toilet all the time.
Yeah.
That could be one. Yeah, yeah, that's true. But you're also gonna take a shower, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that gets a little bit complicated. Now the reason why, I mean, the tattoo is yeah, it's like wow, you know, if it's a drawing, that's the image of the Buddha. That's wonderful. Okay, but when you lay down and put clothes on, what happens?
Cover the Buddha.
Yeah, you know, you lay down on the bed and you don't know which side you're going to be leaning, and guess what? You are basically on top of the Buddha. This is not good at all. That is the reason why. I learned this from one Geshe, and she said, big mistake, and they cannot erase it. Like one monk actually has it, okay, and it's from the very beginning. He was in a monastery until now. He's still receiving all this scolding. She's getting all the wrath from, and that's so he just have to be careful.
So you can't laser off? If you laser it off, it's more disrespect.
Yes, because then you erased it. Yeah, it's like, Yeah. So that's the reason. But it's what I'm saying. It's not because of, like, oh, it's bad. It's not like that, okay? But the consequences is very negative, okay? Even I've seen one who loves the image of Tara. And she has it actually tattooed on her chest. And you know what? She was so proud of it. But when she heard that, oh my goodness, what have I done? It like devastated her. Because again, out of ignorance, okay? Not really learning this. So when you know this, would you ever do that? Of course not. Yeah.
So if the person is always able to sleep like that, then they'll be alright.
Yeah, but hang on. But for example, okay, they are not, yes, you can lay down, flat forever like that. Right? You have to put you a belt. I will just be laying this like this. But what about, of course, when you're married or something, somebody will be on top of you or what, then again, problem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, no escape.
So what? I always have this feeling about this. We sit on it and yet we put our, Dharma thing on this. I always wonder.
Very good. Thank you. But you see, what you do, you should have, you see this? A cloth. You should put a cloth on top of something, then like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to put a cloth. Because I always wondered this when you put a bottle.
Very good thinking. And that's the reason why you to separate, as you've seen the text of the Tibetan text and all are, we have a cloth. Yeah. All texts are covered with cloth. From moisture, from insects, they will not get in, like that.
So next time bring a cloth.
Yeah, it's always good. Or yes, bring a cloth and then you lay something on top. You see, I mean, I can do this, but you see why they have like this is because of that. You just put the mala there and it's protected. Yeah, like that. Just mindfulness, because the high respect. It's not because I want to be gorgeous. Yeah. Okay. So one last thing is like, why the Dalai Lama, when he's teaching, he's like way up there.
What do you mean way up there?
Way up, on the podium, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yes.
like you see this magnificent, like they have to you know, and put him
Yeah.
on a throne. Why is that? Is it because Dalai Lama is you know, very very high?
It's the respect.
Doesn't want this.
Because a lot of people misunderstand why, you know, like, whoa, you know, Dalai Lama is always he's saying, I'm just a monk. Why? Why do you think he has to be up there?
People can see him. And there's a respect.
You see, I want to test your, because you also need to teach this to others. Yeah? Why? Why do you think? I'd like you to, you know, now that you understand all this, why?
To stay away from impurities.
But I thought he is the Buddha of compassion. He should be, you know, why that when he opens his text, okay, he is up there. Come on, you need to know this. Why are the lamas actually, why do they, when they come here, they don't sit like we sit up front? Especially the ones that opens a text. I'm giving you a hint here. Why? Like test. Yeah, this is very important. Because that way you don't have misconception that it's not because of that person teaching. It is because the Dharma text that they open, that is the refuge. It has to be higher than anyone else. You understand? It has nothing to do with the Lama. Okay? The text is higher than your head. You understand? That's why they have, it's not because like, whoa, I think Dalai Lama is higher than the other Lama. It is not that. It has to be higher, the text. When they open, you know when he reads the text, those are 100 years old texts. And then actually, did you know that when the teachings in the open, we pray for the wind to calm down? Because the wind can blow it off. One teaching of His Holiness is actually like that, you know. When the wind just blew the text, oh, every monk tried to, because then it's very difficult to arrange them. Yeah, because they're loose, you know, the Tibetans yeah. And of course you don't want them to drop on the floor, and you see all these monks just like trying to catch the pieces of, yeah. But it has to be higher, right? So think of that. That's why when you are, for example, anyone who does teachings, okay, it has nothing to do about, you know, of course you respect them, but it is, you have to have a cloth on the table so they can, you know, throw their malas, they can do like this, and it's very, very good. Yeah? Okay, so anyone, if you see something like that, if you can serve someone like that, that's amazing. That's a beautiful practice and very powerful. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's then take refuge. Dedicate. On page 10. Page 10. Okay. Let's all recite it together. Through the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the precious body-mind, not yet born, arise and grow, and may this born have no decline, but increase forevermore. May anyone who merely sees, hears, remembers, touches,